In the name of Allah, the most merciful and benevolent. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Ayesha Rafiq, your English teacher. Today we will learn about the modal verbs. Okay, now first of all, tell me what is modal verbs. Modal verbs is a type of auxiliary verbs used alongside a main verb to express hypothetical conditions and contextual attitudes. Modal verbs are helping verbs that express ability, possibility, permission, obligation, advice, or necessity. They help establish the tone and intention of a sentence, altering the root verb to express probability, capacity, permission, or obligation. Okay. Structural grammar. Structural grammar, unlike standard verbs, modal verbs strictly rigid grammatical rules. No subject agreement. For example, when there is a third person pronoun, we use s or es with the first form of verb. But in the when we are writing about the modal verbs, we can write he can, not he, never he cans. In this modal verbs structure, always follow with the base verb without to. For example, we can say must go, not must to go. There is easy negation and inversion. Add not directly to negate and swap position with the subject to ask questions. There are three pillars of modality: to show ability, permission. To show ability and permission, we can say determines physical mental capability or seeks the right to act. To show the possibility and permission, we use may. For example, we can say you may leave now. You may leave now. And when we want to show the ability, we can use can. I can swim. I can write. I can speak English. And to show the past ability or polite request, we use could. For example, could you help me? So can, could, may show for permission, and can, could show for ability. Obligation and advice. Obligation and advice addresses strong logical mandates, rules, social duties, or polite warnings. We use must, should, or ought to. For example, you can say to show strong obligation and certainty, we use must. You must wear a seat belt. You must wear a seat belt. Or if we want to show, we want to use the should. We can use the should. Okay. There is the if we want to use ought to show advice or duty. You ought to respect your parents. You ought to use should. But where we use should we use should whose, for example, to show advice. You don't, you don't, you don't look well. You don't look well. You should see a doctor. You should see a doctor. So this shows the must, should, and ought to. What is possibility? To show possibility and likelihood, we can use the may, might, may, could, will. For example, to show the future willingness, we use will. I can call you tomorrow. Would, polite request, habit in the past, you can use the would. Would you like some tea? Might, may show the permission or possibility. For example, you may leave now. Or to show, might show the weak possibility. For example, it may rain today. It may rain today show the weak possibility. So, ability, permission in action. Imitating tones and politeness. How we ask the permission to express ability drastically shapes our dialogue. Model acts as the polite steering wheel of language. Can ideal for informal everyday situations. Can I sit here? Could introduce hypothetical past ability or adds professional politeness to request. Could you review this report? May, the formal gold standard for granting or seeking permission. May I enter in the class? You may begin. So obligation, necessity, and advice. Must shows the strong obligation, respects, represents a strict, unavoidable requirement, hard rule, or deeply felt personal necessity. For example, you must hold a passport to cross borders. Should or ought to use for advice and expectations. Serve as a recommendation or subjective guidance. It carries no formal penalty, representing a preferred or logical action. For example, we should optimize this page, load speed before development. Must not. Use for prohibition, don't have to. No necessity, must not. Forbids an action completely. While the second model don't have to, simplicity states there is no obligation to do it. For example, we can say we must not share passwords. Means this is forbidden. You don't have to stay late. This is the optional. So this shows the obligation, necessity, and advice. Degrees are speculative certainty. For example, if we talk about the must, this is absolute deduction. Means this is the 90% of work have to do. Should, logical expectation is there, means 75% 75%. May, this is strong possibility. 50%. Might, could, weak, speculation, this is 30%. So common grammar pitfalls to avoid. This is the shows correct grammar. You can say she can play the piano, not she can't. She can play the piano. This is the wrong one, but the correct one is she can play the piano. This is the modal verbs don't modify based on singular plural subject agreement. We must to submit this day. This is a wrong one. We must submit this day. Don't use to with the true models. They require a bare infinitive. He can help. He will can help tomorrow. He will be able to help. Avoid doubling modal verbs. Use equivalent semi-modal phrases. You should or phoned me. You should have phoned me. Never substitute the preposition of for the helping verb have. This is all about the modal verbs. Modal verbs are the used as A helping verb that expresses ability, possibility, permission, obligation, advice, or necessity. Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to are used as a model for modal verbs in different situations. Sometimes it is used for possibility, sometimes it is used for possibility, permission, obligation, necessity, and advice. Okay, this is all about the modal verbs. If you have any question, any confusion, then discuss me with me in the online class. Okay, Allah Hafiz.